welcome back to my channel. Well, as you see, I'm over here working on the Yamaha, and I have these wires and lights rigged up to the turn signals in the rear so I can test the lighting and the wiring and see how they do. And I have found where the relay was. Right under here where the coil pack is, underneath here is where the relay is set. Now, right now I have the relay that's out of my truck sitting in here. This is what the relay that originally came out of it. It's got 3 prongs, and apparently one of them works with the neutral switch that's up there. Because when I put fire to it, the neutral light comes on, and when I shift gears, it does turn off. And I test it, and 651, same type of fuse, looks a lot better, but every time I test it, I don't get nothing. And the only way that I can seem to get any jump, let's come over here, I can go ahead and turn the light on that way. Down here I have to hook up light to the fire. You can hear it clicking. And if you look back here, I don't know if you can see it, I do have that light blinking. Turn the switch the other way. Oops. Don't have this permanently set up, so I've got a little loose connection here. As you see, that hooks up and works with that. The only thing about this side right here seems to work with the neutral switch. I do not have the neutral switch wired up. All I'd have to do is run a fire, but the main thing is, what's telling me is I do not have, I've lost connection somewhere. It's going to the fire to it to let the relay cut on and off like it should. So I'll probably have to replace both these, well, I only need one. But if I could figure out the wiring on it, figure out where the short or loose connection is, I can get that to work where I can get it to working right. Now I do have relays over here that I'm trying to figure out what they go to. This one right here is actually don't seem to be in too bad a shape. Whether it works or not, I'm still not sure. I gotta look up and see what this one goes to. Now this box, it also fits underneath here. I have no idea what this is. I'm hoping that that's paint and not burnt marks that's right there. I may have to replace this box. I don't know. I still gotta look it up. Now this one I know I'm gonna replace. The relay itself might be alright, but it's really corroded looking. It don't look good. And the connectors, look at that. They're broken. So that definitely has to, the whole thing needs to be replaced. I'll probably go ahead and change these end pieces, the whole 9 yards. I'm just mainly working on trying to see what works and what don't. That way I can get my lightings, at least the rear lights working. Because everything, the brake lights, the tail lights, they both work. I have got some aftermarket indicators, which I have never seen indicators that only had one wire. Which means this is an actual metal case. It grounds, the body itself grounds, and then that would be your hot wire going to your lights. I have not tested this to see if these even work. I got them for a great deal off of eBay. I couldn't believe I actually won the auction. I think I paid $2 for them and like $3 for shipping, so it was like $4 for the whole thing. And for two, that is really good, and I like the way they look. The chrome. I don't know if I'm actually going to keep them on here. I may end up later on changing them, put different kinds on this bike, I ain't for sure. If I do take these off, then what I'm going to be doing is putting them over here, which is under this cover, which I had the cover for the 750 plus the other cover, which is my 100 Nighthawk 250. I do have some more plans for that. Now down here, the rear brakes, this is where I'm having problems. I got to take this rear axle off, or I might be able to break this loose if I can ever get the nut loose on the other side, because like I said, the cable, I've replaced this one, but the original one was wrapped all the way around here with the black original brake rod was just laying over there on the ground, which is also stripped, and I gotta check this teeth out. I may have to replace this whole thing. If I do, that's fine, but get the wheel off is going to be the main thing. Whoops, sorry about that. Put my thumb in the way of the camera. But as you can see, where the brake stabilizer is about, oh, I'd say a good 4 inches from being able to bolt up here to where it's supposed to. So this whole unit needs to be turned. I have had it hooked up before I realized it was like that, and the brakes do stop it. So I was able to spin it and stop it with the brakes. So that ends up working good. I do know the brake switch, I'm trying to figure out the brake switch itself, rear brake one works, but the cable that hooks up to the brake pedal, that part right there is actually broken in half, and I have not been able to find out if I can buy that spring by itself, so I may end up having to buy the whole new switch unit. Now here's the new cylinder switch that I bought for it, because the other one, remember, the wires broke. Here's the original. These two wires right here, I found out was broke off, which I was trying to figure out what those two wires went to until I realized they come off of this. I might could have soldered them back, because I think this solenoid is still good other than that. But I got on eBay, and this brand new one only costs $10. Used one, like the come off of it, cheapest I found was $13 shipping and all. This was $10 free shipping. It's a little shorter, as if you can compare it to the other one. Just a little shorter, but it does work, and it plugs up to the factory harness, and all the connectors end up being correct. So that is a plus, and it should. I just have to take it out this garment and slide it out. I don't know, I might be able to pop this one off and just slide this whole new one right in place of that one. I didn't even realize that. I will have to give that a shot and see. Of course, I still need to get a battery. Right now I just got it jumped off straight over there to my car, just so I can test the wiring. Now on the carburetor, when I turn the throttle, this is really tight. So I don't know if it's the cable. The cable itself seems to be doing all right, but the carburetors definitely need to be cleaned. Top of them don't look that good. And if I can get down here, you can see the signs of old dirt daubers and stuff all through this motor. So I gotta give this thing a good cleaning before I change the oil. The clutch cable, I need to check clutch and see. I'm trying to figure out if I need to determine if I need to break down and buy a new clutch and replace that, or if it's just the cable, because the cable did crimp on the other one. And the end piece I could change on that to the other one I got, but this one that was on, this is the one that came off the 650. If I can get over here, and this end piece, if I can get it in the camera, it's all corroded and stuff, and I've tried to get it to loosen up. I just need it to line up to let that cable off. It's not doing it, and I'm afraid it's going to pinch it and break it. So I'll probably end up just replacing it. On the last video I talked about my clutch switch. As you see, it just broke off, and so I'm definitely gonna have to replace that. I haven't had a chance to look and see how much one of those cost. If you're wondering about this plastic bag, I got it over here just covering the carburetors right now, because I still don't have the breather on. Once I take the carburetor off, I'll be able to put the breather back in place. And overall, just do a good cleaning up. I do know the motor turns over and I have sparks on all of them, so my coils are good. I do know that. The spark looked a little weak, but my spark tester does not go for this type, because these have that little small terminals. Mine goes for the bigger ones that goes on top of the carburetor. And I've got to decide if I'm going to need to replace these wires or not. Seem to be alright shape. I'm just concerned about the paint that's on it. Whoever painted just didn't... I don't know if they was painting the frame. The frame itself don't look like it's been painted, but the paint was all over the place. More like it come from when they painted the cover in the motor, but they didn't seem to really care what they covered up. Let's see. Other than giving it a good cleaning stuff, I don't think I got too much more to do other than these cables. And it sounds like the mail is just running. Oh, joints is hurting because of the cold weather. I just got to figure out if this clutch needs to be changed. And right here's that switch, which you see where this piece right here is broke off. But the light switch, it does work. It's just that piece right there, and I haven't been able to find if you can buy it separate, so probably just go ahead and take this off and replace the whole thing. And let's see. Till I get to the next stage, I don't know exactly what too much more I can do. I gotta sit and come up with a list of parts I need to order for it, and where I can get up to the next stage. I do know I'm gonna get some indicator lights for the front. I want to get the ones that has the lights and driver lights and the indicators. Other than that, I believe that's about it. So I'll see y'all in the next video.